Boker Tov and welcome. Today we're going to discuss some fun ways to teach the 10 Commandments in your home. Today is Yom Shlishi. It's the third day of the week, and my name is Ann Elliott. I'm the creator and founder of HomeschoolingTorah.com. Our verse of the week this week is honor your father and mother. And we're going to go on and we're going to talk about that some more this week. But today I wanted to talk about all 10 of the 10 Commandments, because the 10 Commandments, in my opinion, are the Torah. These are the 10 instructions that Jehovah has given to us so that we all may live long on the land that He has given to us. So, of course, we know Yeshua said that there were two most important: to love Jehovah your God with all your heart and all your soul and all your mind, and then to love your neighbor as yourself. And truly, as we said yesterday, the Shema that says, "Hear, O Israel, Jehovah is our Elohim, Jehovah is one." That is the beginning of all of the Torah, and that is the crux of it, that He is one. He is the only creator. So anyway, I think that the reason that we have so many instructions in the Torah, and in our Torah portions we're going to start to get into some very specific instructions. If you can really wrap your mind around the idea that every instruction given is to help us remember that there is one Elohim, and every instruction is given is to help us remember to love Him with everything we have and to love our neighbor as ourselves. That really, really helps. And then the 10 Commandments are given as a specific way. I believe the first 4 tell us how to relate and show love to Jehovah, and the last 6 show us how to relate to everyone around us. So that when we see something like, I want you to be sure you build a balcony around your rooftop so that no one falls off and there is no blood on your hands, that helps us to remember that we are not to murder, but most of all, we're to love our neighbor as ourselves. So everything that we do is then focused on Him, and He is our one creator, our one Elohim that we worship. Okay, so that's why it's important to teach the 10 Commandments. I also want to talk about in the Shema, it does, right after it says, "Hear, O Israel," it says, "These commandments that I give you today are to be upon your hearts." He's speaking to parents here, so this is very appropriate for all of us. These 10 things are supposed to be on our hearts. And then it says, impress them on your children. They have to be on your heart first, but we really have to work hard. That's why we say it in the Shema every single morning, because it's so important that we remember these things. And then talk about these 10 when you sit at home, when you walk along the road, when you lie down, when you get up. Tie these 10 as symbols on your hands. And even in the Shema, in just a few verses later, it says that we're to tie our tzitzit on each day, so that when we look at them, we will not forget. And then we are to bind them on our foreheads. I think that means to memorize them. And then write them on the doorframes of your houses and on your gates. So here are some 3 fun ways that we can do this. First of all, when my kids are young, I teach them the 10 Commandments. But there's some really fun ways to do that. For instance, I'm going to put here on the screen so you can see it. Here is a ministry online, fishersofkids.com. They're a Christian website, and they explain the 10 Commandments, maybe not in the same way I would, but I really love their pictures. It helped me to teach it to my kids. Maybe I'm the one who needs pictures. But as you can see here, it talks about there is to be nothing before Him, and that's the first commandment. Not even money, nothing is to come before Him. Number 2, we're not to bow down and worship any idols, any false gods. Number 3, we're not to take our oaths falsely. I think they would probably explain it different, but you can see that it's coming out of His mouth, and this really helps me to remember. Number 4, on the 4th commandment is we are to rest on the Sabbath day. We lay our hands and rest. Number 5, that out of our mouths is to show honor to our parents. Number 6, if you turn that sideways, just kind of tilt your head to the side, that looks like a gun. No murdering. Number 7, do not commit adultery. And that, to me, it really helped my kids to understand adultery is looking on another woman to lust on her in your heart. Number 8, you've got some handcuffs, because that's do not steal. And if you steal, you're going to go to jail. Number 9, that is bearing false witness. He's pointing to someone else and saying, he did it. It wasn't true. Number 10, do not covet. Of course, you've got the man coveting a ring in his neighbor's house and so on. So this was a fun wave that we saw online, and I I think it's really fun. So with our family, this website is the one that gave me the idea. Give your child a candy bar once they can recite all 10. I get the really, really big one. So go to Walmart and get the one that they're going to really want to work for when they can recite them. Of course, recite them without the pictures. Secondly, hang it on your walls. When you're first learning, you can print those out and you can hang them on your walls. But even constantly by your front door. I've seen this in a lot of homes, and it is true for us as well. Not just putting the Shema on your doorpost, but actually hang up the 10 Commandments. And so that you can see it as you come in, as guests come in, they'll see it. It's always a reminder. And 3, review and recite it. As the Shema said, as you walk along the road, as you lie down, all the time. Recite, remember, review, so that you can apply it to the circumstances that come up. Are they tattling? Is it false witness? You can go on and on. So I'm going to give you a link below the video to that puppet thing that I just explained to you. And tomorrow we're going to talk about these words that I command you. We're going to talk about learning the 10 Commandments in Hebrew. And how do you learn Hebrew in your home? So that's tomorrow. I'll see you then.